welcome back to my channel where I give commentary on things and talk a little bit about my life. Today we're talking about my life. So, mind you, this is my first pregnancy. I ain't never had no kids before. Nor did I really even want no kids, but he here and I love my baby to death. At 4 months pregnant, all of my family had been gone. They gone to prison. My mama, my sisters, my brothers, everybody dealing with their cases. During all this time, y'all, mind you, I'm just naturally stressed. But this fool that I'm pregnant by, this fool, he just started acting weird. Like, don't get me wrong, he always been weird. But things just even start getting weirder. So I'm like, okay. I'm 5 months pregnant at this point. So I start doing what I should have been doing from the get-go, my research. Girls, do your research, okay? Try to Google these fools. Try to figure out who they really are. I can't even say I was young and dumb. I was old and dumb, okay? Because I wasn't that young. Shoot, your girl was just stupid. But we all stupid at one point of our lives, okay? The point is, we gotta dig ourselves out of that stupidity eventually. Anyways, I do my research, y'all. I find a woman connected to him with the same name. And then like some kids and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I already knew he had kids. He didn't tell me he was married, y'all. I didn't know this man. Why y'all got the same last name? Y'all ain't siblings. Why y'all got the same last name? Make it make sense. 2 + 2 is equaling 6 right now, messing with you. So, what is it, man? Y'all, I call this man. He admits to it. I mean, he ain't really had much of a choice to. So he admits to it. And he tells me that they're separated and they've been separated for a while. So I'm mad, but I can get over it because this is my first pregnancy, this is my first baby. I'm thinking maybe I can start a life with this man. But where I really messed up was I should have realized that when I was dating him, he wasn't like there for his kids. Like, he wasn't physically there for them like he should have been. Not as much as I feel he should have been anyways. So that should have been red flag number 1. Like, how you gonna get pregnant by this man who already ain't taking care of the kids he got? Like, stupid. You stupid. I get over it. I forgive him, thinking that we can have a life together. Moving on, I try to continue whatever situation with him. Then I realize, okay, I can't really trust him like I want to trust him. So I move forward kind of with this guy while still dealing with, I ain't gonna call him my baby daddy because that man ain't my baby daddy. This guy over here is actually my baby daddy, my husband, my everything. Because this guy over here, he met my son maybe 2 to 3 times when he was really young. My baby don't even remember this man. I literally just had a conversation with my son about having 2 dads. And he was like, huh? What? But I like to remind my son, I want him to know, you know, if your mom ain't lying to you, that fool just ain't want nothing to do with you unless he can still have me connected. And that's just truly how I feel about it. So my child was born. He was not there. He was not nothing. He's not even on the birth certificate. I am the only person on my son's birth certificate.
Granted, this man did live in another state. I did leave that part out. I totally forgot. But I learned very quickly that that was no excuse for him because sometime after we parted our ways, one of my brothers actually seen him in the airport of the same city that we live in. He didn't call, he didn't text, he didn't ask anything about my son. I didn't even know that he was in the same state as us.
After some time, I started, being with my boyfriend, and I tried to just, maybe we could do the co-parenting thing, But I started to realize he didn't really care to get to know my son unless I was still connected to that situation in some way, shape, or form. It was just too much stress on me. It was extremely stressful. I was smoking Newport cigarettes during my pregnancy because I was so stressed. Till it just became too much eventually. It really just became too much. It was just overwhelming and taking over me. I had lost my confidence. I forgot that I was that girl, okay? I literally forgot that I was her. Messing with him. So one day he sent me a text saying, I'm ready to release you out of my heart. I read the text and I said, okay, me too. Something in that nature. Like we both just agreed to, we're done with this. We both just kind of wiped our hands with it. My boyfriend, He wasn't my boyfriend at the time. I don't know what he was. But this man over here is literally doing everything that I wanted and needed the guy that I was pregnant by to do. So after we sent that text to each other and we wiped our hands clean, that was when I really invested my mind, my heart, my soul, my body, everything into my boyfriend. So it was me, my boyfriend, his 2 kids, and my son. So he chose to go back to his wife and kids and deal with that situation. I chose to invest fully in Jay and his kids and, making us a unit. I started loving on his kids. He has raised my son since the day my son was born. Jay was the first man to hold my son. When he be chastising my son, you best believe I will step back and go stand in the corner and do absolutely nothing, because that's his son. Now, this man over here, B, he could never chastise my son. He can't say 2 words to my son because you don't know my son, okay? And my son don't know you. When I had that conversation with my son, I was asking him, do you remember, the other dad? And he was like, So I had to refresh his memory. I asked him, I said, well, how much do you really care? Do you care a lot or do you care a little? He was like, Mom, I don't really care at all. So I was kind of like relieved to hear that. And then I was like, why? He said, because I already have another dad. I feel like every 5 years I'm going to continue to remind my son that he does have 2 dads, because I want him to be able to make his own decisions, in life. But y'all, this man got me pregnant, lied to me the entire pregnancy, cheated on me the entire pregnancy. So it was so easy to fall in love with Jay. After I fully released this situation, I was able to open myself up more mentally and emotionally to Jay. He was able to also do the same with me. And I just started to realize this guy's kind of funny. Like, I really like my husband. He wasn't my husband at the time, but we having fun. We actually enjoying each other. Our kids are bonded. My son has siblings, he's not alone. Everything's working out great. Little time goes by. He asked me to marry him, y'all. And me and this man are living happily ever after. Don't get me wrong, we be boxing, we be tussling, like every couple. But when I tell you this man can communicate like none other, communication is key in every relationship, okay? If your communication is bad, your relationship is not gonna work out. Me and B, our communication was so bad because we both had egos. It was both egoing over each other. His ego, my ego. It was almost like a competitive relationship. Who could hurt the other one more? It was just like ridiculous. That was the most toxic relationship I've ever been in my life, y'all. I would never, ever go back to a situation like that. Not ever. And I recommend you don't as well. Stop overlooking the good guy. Jay was the good guy that I couldn't fully invest in because B, he was fun, he was exciting, he had swag. But with all that came a lot of extra unnecessary drama that I really felt like I'm too good for, okay? I am really too good for anything over here. When I tell y'all can have my sperm donor, have him. It's a lock. It's a whole lock on my husband. When you come across that good man, stop thinking that there's better out there. Stop, because I promise you there's not. This world is changing fast. I mean fast. Everybody's out to take. Nobody gives anymore. So when you find your good person, whether you gay, straight, whatever, when you find your person, hold on to that person. Don't continue to choose toxic situations. Don't. It's not worth it. But the toxic situations, it's almost addictive in a way. It's almost like we want it and we need the drama. During that time, I realized I did crave that drama here and there. Like, I needed a little spontaneity. Whereas Jay was more calm, chill, cool, collect, marriage material. I don't know, it's just something about when a man loves you correctly, you just start to grow and flourish, and you just become the person you want to be when you have good love and it's not toxic, y'all, everything will begin to fall into place. Your hair will start growing. Your skin will clear up. Your confidence will be boosted. You might even find yourself wanting to wear different clothes, trying out a whole new wardrobe, a whole new look. Do whatever you need to do to find your self-love and to feel your best. No person can really do that for you. My husband didn't do that for me. What it was he loved me during everything, no matter what it was, what I was going through. If I would have shaved one eyebrow off, he would have loved me no matter what. Stop being in these toxic relationships. They are only going to drag you down, and it's going to take you a longer amount of time to find your full self-love. It took me years to just feel beautiful again. If you got to be by yourself to find yourself and be happy for a while, I actually recommend that you do that first. If you already have a lot of self-love, then you're good. But if you are still working on your self-love, you need to really learn to love yourself first and then get into a relationship. But anyways, I'm rambling. That's how I found out that the man I was pregnant by was married. Y'all, he went back to that marriage, left me with nothing. I had nothing and nobody. I moved in with Jay and his kids. We had my son as well. And then we created our own child together. But ladies, we do have to start choosing more wisely. We gotta start picking the people that we have babies with more wisely. Because some things, it just really ain't worth it. I'm just grateful that the man I had a child with chose to be ghost. That is probably the best thing he could have ever done for me and my son. Because he's the type to be in and out, in and out, in and out. And that wasn't healthy for me. So it definitely wouldn't have been healthy for my son. My son has his father. I don't even call him his stepfather. My son has his father, Jay. And my son let me know that that's all he really needs. So mama's good with that. Everybody that we date is for a special reason. It's for us to grow in some area of our life. And with him, I grew a lot. I was able to become the woman that I always wanted to be. I'm now able to be that woman for the right man. Go get you the little boring traditional man, okay? That is the man that's gonna love you right. I am living proof. Because when I tell you I done been through hell and back. So that's my story. I love you guys and I hope to catch you in the next one.